Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Friday, the 12th of September 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. We've got this amazing and epic post from the BSV Association. So I'm going to read that out in the show, obviously. We've got to go over these posts here from CSW. The man is on fire as ever. This was absolutely hilarious. Look, student gets first hand job experience. Who the hell wrote that? What they mean is the students from 12 schools found out across Pratt and got their first hand experience. First hand experience what it would be like to work at those 40 businesses. I mean, that's just like horrendous grammar. But look, it's meant to be students get their first-hand experience. Look, first-hand experience. But but it says this student gets first-hand job experience. Oh my God! I mean, literally, what is the world coming to? You know, gonna have to talk about this. So again, so the UK government is now banning access to BibleGateway. From the United Kingdom and Europe. Satanists are coming in. That's what they're doing. And talking about that, the reason I found that is because I was looking for this particular passage because I'm trying to find out who these Satanists are. You know, it's all in the literature. We're just going to go on to about the book of Daniel and what I think is probably going to happen with gold and silver because it's prophesized here. It is indeed. I got this article by CoinGeek. If we've got time to go over it. This one as well. UK trader groups urge government to include blockchain in US tech cooperation. Yeah, we'll see what that is. We'll have a quick look at the figures as per usual. See if we can go on to what's on chain. Thank you for verifying the fact that I'm a computer. Verifying the fact that I'm human. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll finish with the Kelly's Weller countdown. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Teranode, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, look at this. Look at this. So the BSV Association posted this yesterday on the 11th of September. 4:51 p.m. They said here, our CTO, that's Chief Technical Officer, Ziggy's Teranode morning routine just dropped. Wake up, coffee, oversee the flawless execution of 32,400,000,000 transactions on BSV blockchain. That's 1 million transactions for a 9-hour workday, and then sleep. So again, that's the on the testnet. See the flawless execution of 32 billion transactions on the BSV blockchain. Wow. And again, if it can do it on the testnet, it's coming on the mainnet because it's all software. It's all about the hardware that they've got. The multitudes of them allowing this to take place with subtrees. I mean, absolutely fantastic. That is what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. That is what's coming. Where are the transactions going to come from? Well, we don't know, but Record IoT are certainly pumping loads onto the network, and I'm guessing there are going to be many more from the small to medium-sized enterprises that are chopping at the heels of the blue chip companies wanting to gain market share. And the way you gain market share is by getting more customers, and you get more customers by being more efficient. And when you're more efficient, you get more profits. And when you get more profits, you get bigger dividends. And certainly it's the dividend that's going to increase the share price, and the share price means they get more investment. And the way you do that is by taking advantage of digital economies or economies of scale and digital securities, digital efficiencies, because the largest companies in the world are digital these days. Google, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, you name it. And where they're going to get their competitive advantage from is by using, what is it they call it? Disruptive technology. Yeah, indeed. And look at that. 32 billion transactions flawlessly executed. Absolutely sensational stuff. So, again, I only get maybe 1,000 listeners on my show. Can you imagine if the future that we're imagining comes to fruition, a reality, and people are just like, hold on a minute, this guy Satoshi's like this guy Satoshi has been like a Bitcoin prophet. He's been prophesizing this for like the last 5 years. Why didn't we listen to him? Why didn't we buy one when it was 20 quid? Or $26 when the price was artificially suppressed? It's so obvious that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto and that Bitcoin is BSV, because it's the only one that literally uses the #1 legacy address. No other tampered with protocol. No other corrupted securitized protocol. Oh, saying that, just watching the price go up on the top left there. $26.72. Loving that. Right, let's have a little bit of the see what CSW is up to. So again, look, and he's still got time for trolling. He's still got time for trolling in between all of his tweeting and all that. It's just amazing. So he said here in response to this shitcoiner here, and he was talking to CSW, and he said, "It's a real point. You're LARPing about who you are means you're also likely to be LARPing about the pretend people you know who are overdosed," whatever that was about. And CSW said, "So now I'm LARPing myself. These effing idiots are too daft to even realise that I'm not LARPing myself. I am myself. The sheer stupidity of thinking existence is some weekend roleplay would also be would almost be funny if it weren't so pathetic. What a load of effing twats." Honestly, just CSW tells it how it is. He's not on a leash anymore. He can say whatever he wants. And this profile, Ara, said, "I'll put $25,000 in escrow that says you're not Craig Wright, provable with a selfie." He said, "Laugh out loud. Burnside Children's Charity, send it there. And try reading the court filings." And he said, "I hate to say it, but reading this GPT shot," is that right? GPT slop of a timeline you got going on is disappointing. As sad as the story of Craig Wright is, I'm still expecting more from him than this." Again, just goading him. And then CSW said, "Really? That's the best you can do? Chat GPT? Blah, 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 blah. Copa already dragging that tired line through court, subpoenaed by Chat GPT logs, and came up with F all. Nothing, and here you are parroting the same dead horse like it's not. I've got a master's degree in English literature and I'm finishing an MFA. I do not need a machine to write for me, so get the F over it," basically. Yeah, I mean the stuff that and the amount that he produces is just absolutely staggering. Which makes me think, it's divine timing as to what's going on, especially with what's going on in the world at the moment. I mean, it's just phenomenal that he can produce all that stuff. Amazing. And he even had time to read this, and he reposted this one. This profile here, Claire Bear said, "And this, boys and girls, is why correct grammar is important. Mentoring day. Students get first-hand job experience." And this is by, what is that, Gail Rose? Yeah, G Rose at pratttribune.com. She said, "Eager students invaded businesses all over Pratt Tuesday, October 24th, as they looked for future job opportunities on Disability Mentoring Day. The 79 students from the 12 schools fanned out across Pratt and got first-hand experience in what would be like first-hand experience, I think that's meant to be in what it would be like to work at those 40 businesses. They asked questions and got some hands-on experience with their various operations." And the title of that is "Students Get First-Hand Job Experience." Oh my God. Who on earth is Gail Rose? But anyway, this is what's happening to the world. Dumbness. Literally just dumbness on another level. The English language is being deteriorated. People don't know literature or grammar. We'll take care of you. Get it all done in Grammarly. Don't bother learning it yourself. Don't bother learning to spell. We've got spell checks that will do that for you. In fact, just type in what you want from ChatGTP and they'll do it. That's what's coming, unfortunately. And look, they're literally trying to wipe our history from us. Like, honestly, I couldn't believe it when I saw this. BibleGateway, which is pretty much just the Bible online, whenever you click on it, in the UK or Europe, it says unavailable to consumers in the United Kingdom and European Union. Why would BibleGateway be unavailable to consumers in the United Kingdom and European Union when they're Christian regions and they're banning the Bible? So it says here, BibleGateway is currently unavailable to consumers in the United Kingdom and European Union due to technical issues. Technical issues? What? So it's just unavailable in those regions due to technical issues? Yeah, that sounds like the government twisting their arm behind the back. We sincerely apologise for the inconvenience. Paid BibleGateway Plus account users in those regions should receive a refund for their subscription no later than September 15th, 2025. If you've not received a refund by this date, please reach out to customer services. Look, frequently asked questions. When will access to BibleGateway be restored for UK and EU consumers? We are working on a new solution. So this sounds political to me. A political solution? Like, what the fuck? I've paid a subscription to BibleGateway Plus. Will I be reimbursed? Yes, users who've paid a BibleGateway Plus account should receive a further refund. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Saved content. What content were available once BibleGateway was restored? We're working on a new solution. What content will be available once BibleGateway is restored? So they're literally going to censor it. They're going to censor it in the UK and the European Union. Absolutely fucking disgraceful. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. Makes me mad. Makes me mad. But the reason I was looking is because I was trying to find this particular section here. There we go. Look. So this was in Samson defeats the Philistines. So this is, Judges 15. 11. They said, when 3,000 men of Judea went down to the cleft of the rock at Etam and said to Samson, do you not know that the Philistines are rulers over us? So again, they're admitting that the Philistines are the rulers over them. And again, so this lot have been manipulating societies, and peoples for thousands of years. So these satanic fucks were initially, called Philistines, and this was written. So we've got Judges 15. So that was 1075 BC. And 1 Samuel 15 was 1028 BC. So again, these people were already at it, ruling and controlling people before they were given that specific, instruction by God to go and literally annihilate everybody, which is what they're doing. So now we know that they were initially called Philistines. But then, if you look back further, you realise that initially they were called Rephaim, the followers of Remphan. That's what they are, like, plurally. So that's kind of like why I was looking at it. I was trying to do some digging on that. And talking about the gold and silver markets, this was Daniel's prophecy. So he said here, as you, O king, were watching, a great statue appeared. A great and dazzling statue stood before you, and its form was awesome. The head of the statue was pure gold, Federal Reserve. The chest and arms were silver, City of London, sterling silver. The belly and thighs were bronze, Roman Empire. Its legs were iron, and its feet were part in iron and part clay. As you watched, the stone was cut out. That's Bitcoin, but not by human hands. Yeah, Bitcoin. It's because it's a commodity. It struck the statue on its feet of the iron and clay and crushed them. Then the iron, clay, bronze, silver and gold were shattered and became like chaff on the threshing floor in summer. The wind carried them away, and not a trace of them could be found. But the stone that had struck the statue became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. That's Bitcoin. Becoming a great mountain and filled the earth. And when it's saying about the wind carried them away, so there were no trace of them, there's gold and silver and bronze. Well, I would say that was their materialist, their monetary worth. I would say is being carried away in the wind, because nobody's going to use gold or silver or bronze. No one is going to use currency anymore. When Bitcoin as a great mountain fills the whole earth. That's what happens. So I honestly think the monetary value for the speculative purposes being used to back currency, I think that currency is literally just going to go gold and silver and bronze, well, mainly gold and silver. They will just simply revert back to their commercial value. That's it, not this speculative BS that people are on at the moment, because people aren't going to use it as a medium of exchange. It's not going to be used for that anymore. The world's going to be running on Bitcoin. So that's why I thought I'd bring that up. And Daniel 2, that was, I think that was 604 BC. Let's have a look. 604, there we go. Daniel interprets Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Daniel 2. So that's what I think is going to happen to gold and silver. It's the monetary speculative value is just going to disappear like chaff on the floor on a summer day. That's what I think. Let's have a quick look at CoinGeek. So they said Big Ideas Series Part 3 COMP Network. So I'm sure Kurt's probably written this. He said, I've had a bunch of these ideas kicking around my head for years, and I'm going to start giving them out to entrepreneurs so we can get this party started in the Teranode era. If you turn my idea into a thriving company, please credit me and or throw me a bone. Now for the content. Introducing COMP, so your hardware earns while you sleep. Buy and sell compute. How it works, token and metering, how it works, privacy and verification, how it works, marketplace flow, open APIs and liquid bridges, why comp wins now, business model and go-to-market, risks and safeguards, and conclusion. So let's see what this is. He says, picture the ghostly hum of computers after midnight. Millions of laptops, gaming rigs and data centers, GPUs sit idle. Their owners go to bed unaware that those chips could be earning money, not through mining, but through a new incentive network built as an overlay on the BSV blockchain. Imagine on the other sides of the world, an oncology researcher needs to crunch a genome sequence. An animator needs to render a 3D scene. An artificial intelligence model must make 1,000 inferences. Today, these workloads go to costly cloud providers, creating privacy issues and leaning heavily on a sub and spoke internet backbone with risk of failure and malice. So this is why the world needs MetaNet. Tomorrow they could flow through an open marketplace where idle hardware earns. Jobs are processed confidentially and verifiably, and settlement happens in minutes. This is the vision for the BSV-powered compute marketplace, implemented as a smart contract overlay network and powered by OneSat ordinal comp tokens. The idea in plain English, at its core, the idea is simple. Buy and sell compute. Anyone with a spare CPU or GPU cycles can list them on an open network. AI labs, video studios and app developers can submit encrypted jobs. A token called comp meters resources and pays for results. Microtransactions settle in moments for next to nothing fees thanks to BSV's unique scalability. With encryption and attestation, even sensitive workloads like medical data or proprietary models can run on untrusted machines without exposing their contents. Yeah, brilliant. While others have dreamed of a worldwide supercomputer, their attempts stalled on high fees, throttled throughput, and murky metering. On BSV, the economics and engineering line up. BSV's base protocol supports unbounded block size and horizontal scaling. Transactions are incredibly cheap, sending value costs thousands of a cent versus BTC or Ethereum fees, often in the dollars and under load, sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars per transactions. BSV's pricing model enables micrometering for compute jobs paid in sub-cent increments, and these features let us build a market that matches the scale and speed that people have come to expect from centralized cloud providers. That is awesome. That is awesome. Comp is a fungible token minted via OneSat ordinals. Its sole purpose is to meter compute usage and reward providers. Buyers lock comp into an escrow contract when posting a job. The contract defines the job, resource budget versus CPU seconds, GPU minutes, gigabytes of memory and bandwidth, and the job executes. The provider's meter reports usage and records microtransactions on chain. These receipts consume trivial bytes, making them viable even at a large scale. Providers maintain reputational stakes tied to named or pseudonymous identities on chain. Oh yeah, that is absolutely awesome. That is exactly what the world needs. And it maintains its privacy. That is fantastic. 20 minutes gone already. Just got to speed up. UK trader groups urge governments to include blockchain in US tech corporation. A coalition of UK trader groups has urged the government to include blockchain and digital assets in its planned big bridge collaboration with the US. I wonder if this is why the banks may be like changing their tune on who can and can't buy it. United Kingdom trade groups urge the UK government to include blockchain technology in tech bridge technology collaboration with the United States. A dozen UK trade groups representing the finance, technology and crypto industries made the request in a joint letter seen by Cointelegraph and addressed to a UK Business Secretary Peter Kyle and Economic Secretary to the Treasury Lucy Rigby. According to the document, distributed ledger technology should be a core strand of the UK-US tech collaboration ahead of next week's visit by the US President Donald Trump. The initiative flows Donald Trump's embracing of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies during his second term in the White House. The letter reads that excluding digital assets from the US tech bridge would be a missed opportunity, and adds it risks leaving Britain on the sidelines with others, particularly in the Middle East and Asia, move ahead in setting the standards that will shape the future of finance. That's funny. We know that the banks pay the government, and the government are being encouraged to do this, otherwise they'll be left behind because they've got no excuse. Why don't you want this? Oh, because we're influenced by the central banks. Oh dear. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Love it. Let's have a quick look at these figures then. Just $26 there. Transactions, though, 55% of all the forks. 75% of the block size. The block size were bigger than earlier, but still not too bad. Probably more block size there in that one block of 31 megabytes than there is in the entire column of Gradecoin over there. It's 48,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gradecoin, mining Bitcoin at 1.9% comparable profits. Loving that. Loving that. Let's have a look at the politics and the pie charts, because that's where it all is. There we go. 7 days, 24 hours. Gradecoin hash rate. Other miners just 4.86. Foundry USA pool pushed into second. And pool now leading the charge with a 20% of a Gradecoin hash rate. But B Crash other miners 8.3 and Fisher Price Cash other miners 57.64. And they're still mining. That's hilarious. So they're still mining Fisher Price Cash at a 10.9% comparable profit, and other miners has got 57% of the hash rate on there. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. Bitcoin has done 650,000 transactions over the last 24 hours. Should we compare that to BitInfo charts? Let's have a look at this. 648,085 ahead of it. Oh no, just behind XRP now, but still in front of Gradecoin. So in third place, but in market cap, where are we? Absolutely insane. Let's have a look at this. What are we outside 100? Let's have a look. Oh, it's 100. Bang on 100. Look at that. That's hilarious. So literally, it's ranked 100 in market cap, and yet it's in third place of the entire crypto market when it comes to a utility blockchain that they call it. That's hilarious. The numbers just don't match up. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Right, it's 365 days of Bitcoin history. Check it out, 12th of September. I've got nothing again. Nothing was going on in September. Very little. Very little. But tomorrow, on the 13th of September 2012, Jack Dorsey is one of the first big tech CEOs to endorse Bitcoin. And this is in 2012. In 2012, so they must have had trouble with it. They were like, oh, hold on a minute. This looks like it's going somewhere. Let's try and get the movement on it, try and corrupt it and pump it and dump it and whatnot. And they got Jack Dorsey to endorse it in 2012. God. Just wish I'd got in on it then as well, But hey, prices today is below what it was in 2012 anyway. Yeah, amazing. Right, the Kellenschweller countdown. It is now the 12th of September. We've got 6 days left of the Kellenschweller countdown. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens between now and then. So long as the big event that this is counting down to doesn't happen, on the 18th of September. That's fine, because otherwise it's going to look like I had insider information, which I don't. I have no idea if this event is going to happen on that day or not. I doubt it, because like I said, when it does, the whole world's going to be going absolutely effing nuts. So I doubt it's going to happen then. But what we'll do when it gets to there, we'll just count up, and then I will reveal what it was all for when it happens. So if you don't want to miss it, hit like, press the subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss all the shenanigans that happens between now and then. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.